Hi guys, thanks for clicking on the video. I'm not going to talk for long. I just wanted to give a brief overview of the design of my base. If you want to hear me talk more about it at the end of the video, stay tuned for that. So this base started in the Grand Reef. I then built off the void under the map, coming out somewhere on the other side of the mountains. Once I'd connected that, I then started building towards the dunes. And then once I'd reached the dunes, I built off the void and underneath the map again. I then decided to build a base on the surface as like a hub, and then started building towards the crash site. I had to dogleg around the Aurora and built my final mini base on the edge of the crash site in the void. I then connected both those sections underneath to my original base, which resulted in the mega base underneath the map. So without saying anything further, sit back and enjoy the visuals. And like I said, I'll do a full narrative at the end of this video. Enjoy.
Guys, that about does it for my base. There's other things I could show you, like the main base I built in the shallows, but to be honest, this video has gone on long enough. So I'll wrap things up by showing you a dive into the void, where I explain how I ended up with a save file clocking up over 240 hours played, and this ridiculous base. So naturally, COVID helped create this. I was in lockdown in the city with very little to do on my weekends. Started watching some Subnautica videos by a content creator by IGP, and I saw that he built a base that reached the bottom of the void, and I basically just wanted to emulate that. I didn't realise until much later that the bottom of the void was actually removed in the recent content patch, and that you just build endlessly down into nothing without reaching the bottom of anything. So by the time I realised that, I'd already reached under the map, and I thought it'd be cool to keep building and see what happened. I actually had no idea what was in store for me, or whether leviathans would spawn, or if I'd actually just break the game. So to farm resources, I raided the crash site a lot for metal scraps. I built around 15 mini bases with scanner rooms in places like the dunes, the Grand Reef, the Blood Kelp zone, and I actually stripped zones completely bare of things like quartz, titanium and lithium built in the first base. With COVID still raging, I then had this mad idea to build a second base 90 degrees from my first and connect everything under the map. So I had no idea the map would have enough resources, but it seems to be that after about 6 weeks, a lot of the nodes and scrap seem to respawn, so my casual gameplay on the weekend allowed me to continually farm what I needed. A big help was when I realised that I could drive my Cyclops off the void underneath the map, and that cut out huge chunks of time, as I could move a large amount of resources under the map. However, once the base sort of reached around the 3 to 4k length, build lag became horrible. So unfortunately, as you build further and further underground, or under the sea, the cost for build points per piece goes up, and that led me to having to build heaps of titanium reinforcement. So this led to my decision to make 2 bases that never quite touch, otherwise I'd be waiting upwards of a minute to place each segment. After a few days of playing, Reaper Leviathans sort of became pretty trivial. They're kind of more of an annoyance, as they would sort of pick up my prawn suit as I was drilling a node and spit me out a couple hundred metres from where I was farming. I'm pretty happy with the base that I've created on the map. I've managed to populate it with rays and a few other creatures using the aquarium, and the plan is hopefully I'll make my save file available somewhere so that if you wanted to, you can copy this into your directory and enjoy the base that I built. This base was completed in survival mode with no mods or cheating of any sort. Every mineral was farmed by me or my prawn suit. Finally, do I regret spending 200 odd hours of my life making this base? Absolutely not. Some people play mobile games to relax after work. I just like setting myself silly projects like this. I thought this might be me done with Subnautica, at least until when below 0 drops, but I've actually now worked out how to build into the sky, and I'm going to try and build a sky base between the islands and the map, so stay tuned for that. Happy gaming everyone, thanks for watching my video. I usually just make World of Warcraft videos for my guild, so this is my first attempt at narration. Once again, if you got this far, thanks very much for watching. Cheers, bye.
Oh, why you gotta spread those lies?
Ghost Leviathans
They're like dogs. They only bite when you touch their private parts.